Hello, welcome to episode 62 of the Islanders podcast. My name is James.
I'm Minnie.
My name's Yan.
Welcome back to the Islanders podcast.
Yeah.
As a museum lover, I would like to introduce some of the museums in Taiwan today.
Wow, cool.
Okay,
Museum.
museums.
Yeah, museums.
It's been a long time since I last been to a museum.
You?
Yeah.
I think the pandemic just makes everyone just kind of afraid of going to like public place.
So the last half of the year, like we stayed at home for most of the time. For me personally, I didn't go to a lot of places. And museum was sort of like this place where you know, it's very crowded. Sometimes it's like in a confined space. So I haven't been to museums for a while, but I definitely love to visit museums.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
We have to wear masks in museums now too.
Yeah.
How about you?
So last time I went to museum was like, I think maybe also half years ago or something. So am I going to talk about the museum I went to?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, so the museum I went to was Railroad Museum.
Ooh.
So it's in Taipei because it's a new museum. Just I think it's new. It's a new museum. Maybe it's launched in March or something. So I went there because actually that museum is very close to my house in Taipei. Yeah. So it's around like it's called Beimen, the North Gate of Taipei City. If you're interested in that geography stuff, maybe you can check out our episode before
on Taipei.
Yeah, definitely.
I forgot which one, but check it out.
As well. Yeah. So the North Gate, it's a museum around North Gate, and the museum is actually I think they cooperate with the Taiwanese Railway Company, and they like kind of having the whole tour of how Taiwanese Railway just become the nowadays modern Taiwanese Railway. So that's very cool. I love
remember,
Railway very much.
I remember I saw on the news that they
really?
were recently or a few years back, they made like an old warehouse of the National Rail Company into a museum. So it was a place where the trains were fixed at the time. Yeah. Like the trains would drive into this big warehouse and there were tracks and then they would fix the trains there. So I think now they turned that, because it's now not used anymore. So I think they turned that into a museum. So I think it's recently. So I think you can go visit that.
Yeah, that's another one. That's another one in Songshan in the East District of Taiwan. Of Taipei. I'm looking forward to that museum very much.
Opened recently.
I didn't know that.
I saw it on the news the other day, and I would love to visit it because it's so cool, right?
Yeah, very cool.
Like when I was little, I was very into trains or cars and stuff like that.
I love trains very much.
And so that kind of place I would love to visit.
Yeah. So that museum, I found the most interesting part of that museum is that they actually put a railway, like a cabin inside the museum.
The museum.
So like they're having a cabin in the museum, so you can get into, I think the room, and there's a seat, and there's they have a like screen outside, and the scenery will change through when just like the train riding.
Oh yeah, so you can be a train driver. You can be a train pilot or something like that.
That's interesting. And another part is that they will introduce the managing system of the railway. So most of the time we're the passengers, right? So we can know didn't have to care about how do those railways how do they schedule the time or something. So they have large tablets and a large graph about when will the train launch and when the train arrive and all those stuff. And I can just it's like looking the behind the scene of the railway.
It's like mission control.
Yeah, very
like NASA, something like that, right?
Yeah,
they have screens, cool. And then they know where the trains are at the moment, and then they control the tracks.
And then the exhibition is about the old railway, the managing system. So in Taiwan, the railway system actually most of the railway system were built by Japanese, Imperial Japanese. At that time, they ruled Taiwan, so they built that system. And they kind of like take those old equipments into that exhibition, so we can see all that analog stuff, and there's buttons,
history nerd.
Yeah, very cool. Yo, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
And they have some kind of token. They have to like a slingshot into the station when the train passed the station. That's very cool. We can see the video of that, of how that works. So yeah, definitely you have to check out that railway museum if you go to Taipei. Yeah, that's really good, really cool stuff.
Sure.
Yeah. So how about you guys? How's your
when was
previous
the last
museum?
time you visited a museum? For me, it was in Japan actually. So before the whole pandemic thing, like in I think in January, me and my family visited Japan.
Yeah.
And I went to a museum in I think the city's called
Kanazawa.
Kanazawa. Yeah. So it's actually I think it's an art museum. Modern art museum.
Yes.
And then it's shaped like a circle. So the museum is shaped like a circle, and then you had all kinds of exhibitions outside the museum. There was a park there.
Yeah.
And inside the museum, you have a ton of modern art.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's the stuff that I really like to see in a museum. Like I really like modern art museums. And one of my dreams is to visit MoMA in New York City.
Oh, MoMA.
Yeah, the Museum of Modern Arts.
Yeah.
And so what I do for the time being is I follow their Instagram. And then they have sometimes they have their exhibitions on the phone so that I can watch remotely.
Oh, wow, cool.
Whoa.
Yeah. So that was kind of cool. And so I really liked to visit museums that have modern arts. And so Kanazawa, that museum was really special and cool for me.
I've been to the Tate Modern in London, I think 1 year ago, and that one is really cool. So it's also a modern art museum. So I think the whole building is like somewhat industrial style, and very, very cool. And the exhibition there is.
I also remember visiting the Pompidou Center in Paris.
In Paris.
Wow.
Yeah, but I was really little. I just remembered the architecture of the museum.
Yeah.
But I forgot what I saw inside it.
Yeah.
And also the Louvre was my experience with museums. I also went to the Louvre a couple of years back, and I think I was most amazed by the number of statues inside the Louvre. Like, there were so many statues. And I also remember seeing Mona Lisa, which was smaller than I expected.
You've seen Mona Lisa.
Yeah, smaller than I expected.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of people like guarding the Mona Lisa, and then a lot of tourists, a wall of tourists, and then I watched from across the room. So it was kind of small.
I've seen a photo just as it took behind those wall of the audience. All the
so many people at the time.
Mona Lisa behind these people.
Yeah, that's another artwork, you would say.
Yeah.
Okay, so how's yours, Minnie?
For me, I love museums, and I visited many of Taiwan's museums already. And I've had a dream since this summer, because I went to National Arts Museum.
National Art Museum
somewhere, but
in Taiwan, right?
It's in Taiwan. And I really like that museum, and I really hope to live across a museum one day. It's my dream. I put it on my bucket list. I want to earn money and buy a house
next to a museum.
I think that will be quite an amount of money.
So one museum in Taiwan that I think I have more like experience with is actually the Taipei Art Museum. And because I've been there when I was a little kid a couple of times, and also during the Flower Expo. At the time I went there also, and they have like lots of exhibitions that I found very interesting. And like last week when we were talking about last episode when we were talking about part-time jobs. When I do the videos in the library, I watch a lot of the videos from Taipei Art Museum of their exhibitions, and then I learn a lot from how they make a video.
Oh, wow, that's
and then
cool.
at the same time, you can see those exhibitions online, which is very cool. And it's not very far away, so I think I should visit it more. I should visit it more.
The exhibition there is really, really good.
Yeah. So it seems that you two are museum experts.
Yeah, museum experts. Definitely.
So today we're going to have a museum quick answer race.
We have a game?
Yeah.
Wow.
Are you fine with that? Are you guys fine with that?
Yeah,
I'm very excited.
Versus James.
I'm all prepared,
And I'll be describing some of the interesting facts of these famous museums in Taiwan. And what do you have to do if you know which museum is it? Just
press the bell.
Say press. You have a bell.
Okay, yeah. So I want to tell the audience what my bell sound is. So I have this app downloaded on my phone This is my bell sound.
What's this?
Okay, this is my sound.
What's this?
So
this
if
is
you hear this
actually
sound,
a bell.
It's me. Yeah, it's me.
Yeah.
I want to answer.
Good.
Okay.
So now.
So I'm a civilized human. So I use this. This is my bell ring. Yeah.
Underwhelming. Okay, so if you are listening on Spotify, I get this is a little hard to understand, so maybe you can check out our YouTube video. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So now, are we going to begin the first question?
Yeah. Okay, the first question. And the first question, the first museum. It was the first museum. Yeah? James?
The Taipei Palace Museum.
No.
Taipei.
I'll continue. It's the first museum in Taiwan built for contemporary art exhibitions.
Contemporary art museum.
And it's white on the outside. It looks like boxes piling up together.
This one I know.
Okay, yeah.
This one, I think it's Taipei Art Museum, the one that James mentioned before.
Yeah,
okay.
Taipei
That's one.
Fine Arts Museum.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the Taipei Expo Park. Yes, and it looks like a pound sign. I read it on the internet. Pound sign.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
pound sign.
I remember it being like a lot of boxes, and then they had like a bridge from one building to another building. Yeah, that's what I remember. That they have a glass bridge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, and so okay, I should have got that.
And it hosts many international exhibitions.
Yeah, okay.
And I used to go there a lot when I was a kid too. Yeah. Lots of memories there. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the museum that I said I want to visit more.
Yeah.
Do you want to live? No, I don't think you can live next to it.
Oh yeah, because there are no houses
there.
Houses
around. Yeah.
No, I don't mind driving there or like going there from time to time. Yeah, okay. I think I should go once a month.
Yeah,
that's my new plan. Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Number two, and this museum has over 700,000 Chinese imperial artifacts, and is one of the largest collections of this type in the world.
Oh, okay.
And it has vast majority of the artifacts that come from the Forbidden City.
Yeah, definitely, I know this. Definitely, I know this. I'll ring my bell. Yeah. This one, definitely the National Palace Museum in Taipei.
In Taipei, yes, in Shilin, Taipei.
Yeah, so I think this museum.
So when the
KMT government,
came to invade Taiwan, they brought along all the treasures of China that they could bring from Beijing.
Yes.
Yes.
I think nowadays Beijing still claim those treasures are them. Belongs to them. Yeah. So
we stole it. Some people stole it and then brought it to Taiwan. Yeah.
But Britain people also do that. So.
So I think that's where you can find the jade cabbage.
Yeah, the famous one.
Yeah, and
then pork rock. Yeah, meat rock, right?
Meat rock. But now it also has a southern branch in Jiayi.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
Have you visited that?
No, I haven't.
No.
I have not visited Jiayi City.
I've heard that.
I should probably go.
Yeah, you should go.
I've heard that branch was in a remote area in Jiayi, and everyone was complaining about that. They have a hard time trafficking there.
Yeah.
Everybody's always complaining.
Yeah. So yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay. So third question.
I think the Palace Museum is it's far away from the city center also, right? It's near the mountainside.
Yeah,
I remember
you have to take a bus.
I remember
but not
it's
that.
Far away
I think not
from city center.
like suburban side. Not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Next one.
So the third question.
I think I'm gonna get the next one.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a private museum. Established in 1992, and it has a
1992?
large... Yeah, 1992.
Okay, I think I know this one.
Why? You want to press your button? No?
Yeah. Is it Chime Museum?
Yes.
Because it's privately owned. Because once I know it's privately owned, it's easier for me to get it. Because Chime is a local corporation. That makes what? Televisions?
Food and technologies.
Oh, food and tech.
Yeah.
And so they are so rich that they built a whole museum.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I know that. I think the museum is the entrepreneur himself. He
loves art a lot. Really. Yeah.
So maybe you introduce the Chime Museum to us.
Okay.
To our audiences.
I found out that the company's founder is called Xu Wenlong.
Oh yeah.
Xu Wenlong, and there's something like a documentary of him, and he said that when he was a little boy, he walked into a museum and made a wish in his heart.
Yeah.
And that wish is to build a museum.
Wow. Okay, yeah.
And then so he became an entrepreneur, and then he earned a lot of money, and then he built a museum.
Oh, that's really cool. So originally he was just collecting art for himself, and then he realized that he had no place to put them, and then he built a museum to put all his art. Yeah.
Like a dream come true.
Actually, if you think about it, if you're an entrepreneur and you want to collect art, it's actually better to build a museum because you can ask for admission, and then you also have a place to put your art.
And you can.
Kind of logical thing to do for
so there's a business model for storing your artwork.
Definitely.
And it costs 1.3 billion NT dollars to build the museum.
So actually, Chime Museum, I think it had an old version of it before that. We now can see the it's like a European style museum. But I think about 10 years before, there was this private museum was kind of really old, and it's like. It had an old version. So my parents told me that once that we've been there when I was little.
Is it in Kaohsiung City?
I think it's Tainan.
Where is it?
Chime is in Tainan.
Oh, Tainan City.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I've never been there. I should go there. This test shows how little I know about Taiwan and how little places I have been. Yeah.
So when I was little and I went to that old version of the Chime Museum, what I remember. I think the most impressive one was it's actually have a whole exhibition room for, I think it's like swords or knives or like armories, weapons. It's from like European knights or something. It's really, really cool to a 5-year-old child.
It's
really
like
cool.
Going to a European palace. Or something like that.
And there's crossbows and there's horseback riding stuff and wow, cool.
Like, is he also the one that collects violins?
He's known. This museum is not only known for paintings, but also weapons and violins.
Violins.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And its collection of violins is the biggest collection in the world.
In the world?
Yeah.
Wow,
I read something about that.
Cool.
Yes.
I've never heard about that. Yeah, that's cool.
And you can also buy a lot of pastries there, right?
When
you're at the museum, you can also buy pastries for souvenirs.
Yes.
So actually, when you think about it, quite a good business model. For this entrepreneur.
Yeah, and they make food and they make tech, so they can make a lot of different kind of souvenirs for their museum.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. Okay.
The next one. Okay, I think I know which one this is.
Really?
Yeah.
This museum consists of two main buildings. Two buildings.
Okay.
And two of them look totally different.
Okay.
Building one, it was originally a police department.
Okay.
And it is the earliest existing police station in Taiwan.
In Taiwan?
In Taiwan. A police station building in Taiwan.
Okay.
Yeah. And building 2, the outside is white and is designed by Japanese architect. And it said that the roof tries to mimic the shadow of trees.
I know that. I know which one it is. I know which one it is.
Okay.
Is it the Tainan Art Museum?
Yes.
Yeah, I've got that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't know about this
that?
one.
You don't know about this one?
Yeah, so you can tell us about it.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Okay. But it's really new. I
think it's a new ones.
Yeah. It just began in the plan of it began in 2010, but it was open to the public on 2019, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
so it was just recently
Maybe just
opened.
recently. That last year, yeah.
A quite new museum, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't think there are many paintings inside already, but the buildings outside, the outside of buildings are really worth.
Yeah,
visiting.
really.
Yes.
Yeah, but in Taiwan we also have a lot of artists. Yeah, so actually I think it's easy for them to find like exhibitions for a limited time.
Yeah.
But they're trying to build more like exhibitions that they can keep in the museum, right?
Yes.
Like centerpieces or something like that.
Yes.
But they can also hold a lot of like temporary exhibitions of Taiwan artists.
So it's like environment stuff. So you have if there's more exhibition like facilities or more buildings like that, the artists they have more space for like making a living or something.
Yeah.
So I actually visited these two museums last summer. No. I think the summer in 2019. Yeah. So I've been to Thailand for and I live in a B&B for a week, and I visit all those places in Tainan, and I visit these two museums, and I love I think it's the first museum because it's the old building. I think it's Japanese police station or
Japanese
something.
Japanese style.
Yeah, and that's really cool because half of the building was Japanese style, the old stuff, and half of the building is the new build. I think it's new builds, like more modern. So it's like a combination of the modern and the antique stuff. So it's really cool for me to admire these buildings.
Because Tainan City is a city so full of history.
Yeah.
Yes.
But at the same time, it's also one of the centers in southern Taiwan.
Yeah.
So it kind of incorporates that idea into a museum.
Yes.
And so I think that is cool. Yeah. Okay. I would love to visit it.
You should one day.
I don't know how many museums I will have to end up visiting after this episode.
Yeah. Just wait for the vaccine.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
The next one, it's opened in 1988.
1988? Who will know about the originated time?
It has 16 galleries, and so it is one of the largest museums in Asia. And its major collections are works of Taiwanese artists.
Okay.
And covering modern and contemporary Taiwanese arts.
Okay.
And it tries to preserve art heritage.
Okay.
Yeah. And
can I ask for a hint?
A hint?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which city is it in?
It's in Taichung.
Oh, okay. I think I know. Is it Chime?
No. It's not Chime.
Okay.
It's
No. He said Qinmei. There's a difference from Qimei.
Yeah.
Qinmei
That's a
Museum.
different one,
that's a
it's
different
really
one.
close to Qinmei.
Oh, it's really close to that. Okay.
Yeah.
So which one is that?
I have no clue.
You have no clue too. It's called National Taiwan Museum of Fine Arts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I heard of it. I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really big museum.
Oh, I went there last summer, I think.
Really?
Yeah, but I didn't go inside. So I visited the outside of the building.
The park?
Yeah, the park. Yeah, the park near there. And also I think, is it really close?
As a river or something?
Close to the National Museum of Natural History.
Natural history.
Close to there, yeah.
They're
So
in
I
the
visited.
district.
I visited the National Museum of Natural History, but I only visited outside of the Fine Arts Museum.
Oh.
Yeah.
I visited that museum before, and I have no clue of that because I joined a workshop. I joined a workshop 4 years before. And at that, I think we shortened the name into 国美馆 or something, right?
Yeah.
So
I know.
That's one. Yeah. Oh, that's
it's actually more famous for the house prices near that museum. So if you want to live next to a museum, you have to have a lot of money.
I want to live next to that museum.
Because that museum, and next to that museum is all very expensive housings of Taichung City. The richest people in Taichung City live there. Yeah.
The whole memories I have about that museum was I think I have to cross a river before I get to that museum.
I think local Taichung people call that the art museum. So they call it 美术馆.
Yes.
So if you say the art museum in Chinese, it actually just means the specific art museum. Yeah. So it's really iconic for Taichung people.
Oh, yeah. I think that they have a bus station named museum. Art museum there. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's the one. Okay.
That's the one that I want to have a house next to.
Wow. You have to work very hard. No, I don't think working hard can make you earn that amount of money.
Okay, the next one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This one, it's really close to Taipei main station.
Okay.
And it's also a historical relic.
Okay.
And it charges a minimal fee.
Okay.
Yeah. And it focuses on reflecting both local and global features.
Local and global features.
What kind of description is this? You're copying that from their website, right?
Okay.
No.
Okay. I have no clue. Yeah.
No clue. It used to be an elementary school.
Used to be an elementary school.
And it's next to Taipei main station.
Oh, I know. I know that.
I think he has an unfair advantage because
he lives in Taipei.
He we should be disqualified for this segment.
I'll ring my bell. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that some modern art museum in Taipei?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's one. Okay.
It's called Mocha Taipei.
Oh, Mocha
Taipei. And it's, Museum of
Contemporary Art.
Taipei.
Yeah, I know that. Oh, because I haven't been to that museum before, but one of my lovest coffee shop was across that museum.
My
favorite coffee shop there.
I've been there before.
Yeah,
it's like an old building.
Yeah.
And beside and in front of it, you have like palm trees or something.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
I remember going there.
Trees.
Yeah, but I also didn't go inside the exhibition. So actually, I've been to a lot of these museums. I just been to the outside of these museums. Yeah. It's near a department store. I think right across the street is Sogo or something.
It's close to I think Xinguang or
Sogo. Remember near that there's a street that sells like college textbooks.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
So the whole street that is related to education.
That's close to Taipei main station.
I've actually heard of this museum. I've been there, yeah.
Oh, so my impression of this museum was, I thought it was some firefighting department in Japanese era or something. Yeah, because the building is quite old.
Yeah, it's quite
Japanese
old,
style. Yeah, but I don't know. It was a elementary school.
Yeah, there was. I found out. I get to know about it like when I was searching, when I was looking up information for this episode.
I've never knew about it.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
cool.
they charge really small, really little fee. So if you have time, you can go.
Okay.
Yeah. And what is the most impressive thing to me for this museum is that they have really creative tickets. Like they designed their tickets. Like once I got a ticket that is like, it looks like a key.
A key? Oh,
yeah,
wow.
It looks like a key. Yeah.
Cool.
And other time it looks like a little bag or something. But they are tickets. They give you these tickets when you get inside the museum.
Wow, that's really good.
But you only...
keep talking?
Yeah. You only have to pay like $50 for the museum. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cheap.
Yeah. You find something?
I went to my Instagram and I found a photo of this museum.
Oh, really?
To prove to you that I have been there before.
Okay.
Look, it's this one, right?
Okay.
This one is just in front of the museum.
Oh, okay.
So it's facing the street.
Okay.
And the other side is the
maybe you can show these to our video.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see James holding his smartphone.
This one? Yeah. Actually, I'll show photos for you if you're watching the video. Yeah.
Okay. So ready for the next one?
The next one. Okay.
Yeah. And this one, it's the first public museum in the south of Taiwan. And it has an image of Banping Mountain.
Banping. I think it's in Pingdong or Kaohsiung. Kaohsiung.
What's that?
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah. But I have no clue.
And Love River runs through this area.
Love River. Yeah, definitely Kaohsiung.
Yeah. Okay.
So I still have no clue.
What's this museum called?
It's called Kaohsiung Museum of Fine Arts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, really simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's being renovating now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
you can visit it right now.
Yeah. I think you can still pass it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at the outside of the museum. Yeah.
Because it used to look like the library of Jiao Tong University.
Oh, really?
It looks a bit like the bricks.
Okay.
Yeah, the color of the bricks, but they wanted to make it like more.
So it's like modern. A classical like building of museums, right?
Yes, classical. Yeah.
Cool.
It's Kaohsiung Museum of Fine Arts.
It's in Kaohsiung City.
It's in Kaohsiung City.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think the bus station also has its name of something like Art Museum.
Yeah, just the same as the Fine Art Museum in Taichung, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So then let's welcome the last one of today.
The last one of today.
And the building was built by Japanese government too.
Okay.
Yeah. And it has a style of Victorian. And it was a city hall. It was a city hall. But I'm not telling you what city it is.
So it's built by Japanese, definitely?
Yeah, it's built by Japanese. But I'm not telling you what city it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So definitely that name relates to the museum's name, right?
It's like Something County Fine Arts Museum.
Yeah.
Something County Modern Art Museum.
And it's free. It's free for entry, but pretty small.
It's free. Oh, pretty small.
It's pretty small.
But I think you need more clues, right?
Yeah,
I think it's the closest museum to us. If you know,
then you're showing us the answer.
It's a stupid answer. It's in Hsinchu. It's called Hsinchu Art Museum.
Yeah, it's called
so
Hsinchu City Art Gallery.
Okay,
Yeah.
So I've heard of there's an art gallery or art museum in Hsinchu, but I've never been to them. Where is it?
It's in like
the city center.
City
center.
Oh,
okay.
The old city hall
near the temple, near the city guardian temple, or
I think it's closer to the train station.
Oh, train station.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Is it a place that they have like old movies posters in front of the building?
Right. Movies
near the near the old city gate, near
the east gate.
Near the gate.
I think you're talking about the movie.
Oh, yeah, there's another museum.
The
film museum.
Yeah, but I think you might like ride your bike passing through these
Or is it the one
gallery
in front of the fire station?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So the one next across the street from the fire station.
Yes.
Oh, I know that one.
Is that a museum?
And that's beside the river, right? Beside the river.
You know, I walked by it numerous times. I never know that it's a museum inside.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely should visit.
It's really small. It's really small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, that's a bit too small.
Still, I think I need to visit it.
Yeah.
Someday. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they don't charge fees. They are like totally run by the government, or
it's written free for entry on the internet. Yeah. Okay. And I guess Yan scored more points today, right?
Yeah, of course.
Definitely.
He's art nerd. He's an art nerd. I'm just gonna send him insults.
No,
because I'm losing. But yes, I think what I've learned today is that I've visited a lot of the outer walls of the museum.
Yes.
And so definitely sometimes I need to go inside. That's what I've learned today.
Yeah, okay.
And so what did you learn today?
I've learned today... I've learned that I have to visit like some places outside Taipei and Hsinchu County or Taipei City.
Yeah.
So I have to check out all these museums in Kaohsiung, in southern part of Taiwan.
Yeah. Tainan.
Yeah, Tainan. Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, I have to check it out.
And I would say remember to go visit the new railroad museum.
Railroad
museum in Taipei.
Definitely.
That would be very cool.
Recommended by railroad nerds. Yeah.
And so, what kind of museums do you have in your home city? Please share them with us. And remember to follow us on Facebook, on Twitter. We have a new Twitter now, and YouTube and Spotify and all that good stuff. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.